In today's sewing tutorials project, I am going to be showing you guys the easiest way on how to bust cage a bustier, and also I'll be showing you guys all the materials and tools needed to bust cage a dress. This breast tube gown wrapper I am putting on was well bust cage by me, and this is the dress I'm going to be using for today's tutorial. So I want you guys to pay attention to every single thing I'm going to be teaching you guys in this video, because there were some parts where I made mistakes and I corrected it, and also I'm going to be sharing with you the easiest tips and tricks on how to sew this bust cage, most especially if you're a beginner. So you need to pay attention, do not skip any part of this video. If this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching. Please don't forget to like this video, comment on it, subscribe to this channel. This really helps my algorithm a lot. If you want to see more of corset and sewing tutorials projects on this channel, then go ahead and subscribe, and don't also forget to share with your friends and your loved ones. So let us dive into today's tutorial. These are the materials needed for the making of the bust caging. So you're going to be needing a soft foam, the one you can easily open like this. So you can either buy it where they sell chair material stuff, or you can buy it in the market. So I bought mine in the market. You can see how easy it is to open. Then you're also going to be needing regional bone. So you're going to be needing the one of 0.5 and the one of 0.25. I have gone ahead to use my patterns to cut out on my fabric, as you can see. So for the center front, I cut out two pieces, one for the lining and one for the mid bodies. And also on the lining, I ironed paper stain, while on the main bodies I ironed cloth stain. I did the same thing for the side, front, and also the back. Now, when you want to bust cage your bustier, you are going to be bust caging on the lining, not the main bodies. So this is my lining. I'm going to be placing the side front of my lining to the center front of my lining. I'll go ahead and pin it, just like as you can see me doing. So after pinning one side like this, I'll go ahead and pin the other side. Now, if you don't know how to draft a bustier, check my previous video. A well-detailed tutorial on how I drafted this bustier is already there. So go ahead and watch. Now, after pinning it, I'll go ahead and sew it from the top to the down like this. Now that I'm done sewing it, I'll go ahead and notch the cuff area like this. This cuff part, I will notch it. I will notch the other side. So once I'm done notching it, I will go ahead and iron it, okay? So this is the main bodies that I'm ironing. I will also go ahead and iron the lining. Then I will use my bust ham to iron the cup area, which is this cuff part. So take your time and iron it. After I was done ironing it, this is how it looked like. I'm going to place my tape at this point where I joined the bust area. I will mark my nipple to nipple measurements to the side like this. Then I will also repeat it on this other side. My nipple to nipple measurement is 4.025. That is what I marked. So go ahead and mark your own nipple to nipple measurement from the part where you join. Then I'll go ahead and mark a curve part like this, like a curve line, to meet that point. Then I will connect it to the under bust. Make sure you connect it exactly to the under bust. Now at the top like this, I will mark 0.5 inch for joining allowance. I need to mark out my joining allowance before I start marking whatever I need to mark. Then I'll go ahead and connect the points together like this, okay? This 0.5 inch I came down with is for joining allowance. Then I'm going to measure the space that I have here. What I have there is about almost 2 inches. Then I will also measure it here like this. Then I'll go ahead and connect from that nipple to nipple measurement to that point. I want the two sides to be equal. That is why I am measuring it. Then from the other bust, I will connect to the nipple to nipple measurement. Then from the side, I will connect the under bust like this. So go ahead and use your pencil or your pen to mark it. Then from that 0.5 inch I came down with, I'll place my tape there and mark 1 inch. After marking it, I will go ahead and connect the points together like this. So after connecting the points together, I will still place my tape on that line I just connected. I will mark another 1 inch. So that is what I'm going to be doing till I get to the last line around the down part. So for you, I will advise you mark 1.5 inches or 2 inches. instead of 1 inch, because after connecting all the points together, I realized that the lines were too close, so I did not sew on all the lines again. So I would just advise you mark 1.5 inches instead. Now I am going to mark one straight line at the middle. Now from the middle, from the line I just marked, I will place my tape to the part where I joined. I will fold the tape into two and mark the middle again like this. Okay, then I will also place my tape on this other side and mark the middle in between. So I will connect a straight line from the top to the under bust. From the side, I will still do the same thing. Okay, just divide whatever you have in between. After I am done marking all the lines, so I'm going to place my line bone at the middle here, the part where I joined, starting from the line that I marked downward, which is the 0.5 inch I marked downward. I'm going to be starting from there. So you can see how I am placing my line bone. Then as you are sewing, you are going to be pushing your line bone inside, and you'll be using your hand to arrange your bustier. So you can see how I am taking the bustier fabric upward and pushing the regular bone inside. So if you do it like this, by the time you are done sewing it, your bustier will be visible. But if you just sew it like that, by the time you are done sewing it, your bustier will be very flat. So if you don't want it to be flat, go ahead and be pushing your regular bone, and as you sew inside, then once you are done sewing one side, go ahead and sew the other side. And when you are sewing the other side, also go ahead and use your hand to like be positioning it, okay, so that it will not be flat. So the next thing I want to do is to sew at the middle. You can see how I want to sew at the middle. The middle is not really that important like the curve area, because the middle is just straight. So just go ahead and sew on it like that. Sew on the other side. So when you want to sew on your line bone, I don't know if I've already mentioned this before, go ahead and sew close to the edge, the smooth surface, not the part that is not smooth. You can see how I am positioning my line bone around the joint part, the curve area. You can see how I am pushing it inside and trying to drag at my fabric, kind of. Please don't drag your fabric too much, or most especially if it's stretchy. Please do not drag it too much. Just sew on it and curve it, like give it that curve effect. Use your hands to position it like that. So I'm going to be sewing on the remaining lines of the camera. So I've gone ahead to sew on it. As you can see, this is how it look like. So the next thing I want to do now is to sew on these lines that I mark. Just like as I already told you, mark 1.5 inches, okay, instead of marking 1 inch. So when you are sewing on this part like this, also go ahead and push your original bone inside and be raising up your bustier part, okay, like raise up your fabric, be raising it up like a curve something. Can you see how I am doing it? So that by the time you are just sewing it, it will not be flat, as I already said. You can see how I am raising up my fabric. I don't know what to say, is it fabric or dress, okay, or the bustier area. You can see how I am lifting it up and sewing it. That's because I don't want it to be flat. You can see how I am pushing in my regular bone, how I am raising up the dress, trying to curve the dress itself. Like you can see how I am positioning it. I hope you guys understand. If you don't understand what I'm saying, watch what I'm doing, you will understand better. So by the time I get to the part where I mark, I will cut out the remaining I will cut out the excess regional bone. So I've gone ahead to sew it. That is what I'm going to be doing for the rest part. I'll go ahead and sew it, okay. So as you can see, as I already said, I did not sew through the lines that I marked again. I gave it extra space. You can see how I am bending the bustier. You can see how I am bending the regular bone. So I've gone ahead to sew it. As you can see, that it's already giving that curve effect already. If I did do it like that, it would have been giving flat effect. So the next thing I want to do is to sew around the edges. Now if you want to sew around the edges, do not make use of this wide regular bone. You are going to be making use of that 0.25 regular bone, the one that is not too wide like this, so that you'll be able to curve it. So for me, I use this wide one, and it was really difficult for me to curve. Okay, so I'll go ahead and sew it around the top part, the first line that I mark. So I will go ahead and use it to cover up the rough or the edges. Okay, you can see that I'm sewing it at the top of the straight ones that I sewed before. So this is just to cover up the edges so that those lines will not be showing. So after sewing into the tip, I will go ahead and sew the other part, as you can see. Okay, so the edges are the last parts you'll be sewing. The edges is the last part you'll be sewing. You can see how I cover up the upper part. Now I want to sew on this side, like this cuff part. So you are going to be needing the one of 0.25 inches. If not, you will not be able to sew around this part, most especially if you're a beginner. So for me, I am burning the tape with fire. You can see that I'm using lighter to do that. So I'll go ahead and sew. I'll place it at the end, then I'll use it to cover up the sewing around the edges, as you can see me doing. So after that, when it comes to the coffee part, what I did was to use fire, like lighter. This one was really difficult, so don't try it. That is why I said you should use the 0.25 inch regular bone. Okay, that one is not too wide, and that one is going to be easy to curve. So this is just me curving it. After sewing the side, I will sew on the under bust. You can see how I am taking my time to sew on the under bust. Please make sure you sew directly on the under bust. So that is why it is very important for you to mark it out before you start sewing on all the lines. So I'll go ahead and curve this side. There are some parts that I didn't include in this video. I have to edit it out, which is the stronger parts. I really struggled with this, so that is why I keep emphasizing that you make use of the 0.25 sewable bone, okay, to make it very easy for you. So once I'm done sewing one side, I'll go ahead and sew the other side. You can see the struggle. So as I'm sewing it, I will be stretching out my fabric a little. And also, if you are sewing your boning or your under bust area, make sure you curve it, okay, just like as I already explained earlier. Be curving it to give it that bustier effect. I am done sewing it. You can see that it has space on my bust to relax, so I'll go ahead and iron the bones to make it straight. So this is how it look like. Then I will pull it to the front like this. Like I will pull it to the front, then I'll go ahead and iron it using my bust ham. So there's bust ham at the down part of my bustier. This is just me padding it, ironing out everything because I want it to be very smooth. So the next thing I want to do now is to take my time and iron it. Okay, iron it properly well. Use your bust ham and iron it. Now I am going to cut out hemi gum. This is hemi gum. I will place it on it like this, front like this. After placing it on it, I will bring my foam, this foam. I'm going to pull out two parts from it. This is like in 3 section. So this is me pulling out like 2 parts. Then the way the foam arranged is very soft too, but it will look as if it's three joined together. So this is me pulling out 2. So I will advise to make use of 3 because at the end of the day I still ended up gumming the other part I removed. So I will place my bust ham at the down, then I'll place this one that is in 2 sections. I will place it on it and start ironing it. Okay, when you want to iron, please take note of that 1/2 inch at the chest area so that when you want to sew it, it will not be too tight. So after gumming it, I'll go ahead and cut out the excess. This is just me cutting out the excess. If you want to cut it out before gumming it, you can also cut it out before gumming it. Okay, so I will also gum it from the back part like this, from the main fabric, so that it will gum very well. So once I'm done, this is just me pulling out the foam from the 1/2 inch I came down with for joining allowance. So I'll go ahead and trim it out. It is very important. If you don't trim it out when you want to line it, like when you want to join the main bodies to it, it will be very strong around that part. You will not be able to sew it around the chest area. It will be very strong. So this is me just trimming out the excess. So after trimming out the excess, I will still go ahead and place the second one on it. I will place hemi gum, like hemi gum on it, and iron the second one. And also make sure to use your steamer to steam it very well so that it will not be flat. Then I will take it to the same machine and stitch it around, like I will stitch it around after I am done gumming on it. I hope you guys understand. Once you don't gummy your foam on it, go ahead and stitch it around again just to secure the foam properly well, and that is all for your bust caging. So after bust caging it, this is how it look like. So the next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and use the main bodies to cover it, and I already showed that tutorial on my previous tutorial where I showed you guys how to sew this Bustier gun wrapper. So if you've not watched the video, go ahead and watch it. You will see what I did there, how I covered it. Okay, so if this tutorial was helpful, please go ahead and like, comment, share and subscribe. Bye.